Hello and welcome to the weekly market brief, your source for powerful insights, briefly told. I'm here to give you a concise yet comprehensive look at the markets for the week ending August 22, 2025. In this week's video, we'll dive into the performance of major US and UK markets, check in on commodities, and get the latest on Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies. We'll also spotlight a key sector that had a big week and look at a market-moving headline that everyone is talking about. We've also added a new segment on the biggest corporate news. Finally, we'll cover the unemployment numbers and preview the economic data you need to watch next week. Let's get started. First, let's look at the big picture for US and UK equities. The US markets had a strong week, with the S&P 500 rising by 0.3%, the Dow Jones rising by 1.5%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq falling by 0.6%. Over in the UK, the FTSE 100 had a very strong week, rising by 2% to close at a new high of 9,321.4. Overall, markets were driven by investor reaction to comments from the head of the U.S. Federal Reserve. Beyond stocks, let's check in on commodities, which often act as a barometer for the global economy. Gold prices ended the week up slightly at $3,415 an ounce. Meanwhile, crude oil prices were also up, with Brent crude trading at around $63.80 a barrel. The increase was due to renewed global economic optimism. In the world of crypto, Bitcoin is trading around $116,657.77, showing a weekly decrease of 0.28%. Please note that these prices are current at the time of the recording of this video, as crypto can be volatile. Other key cryptocurrencies also saw significant movement this week. Ethereum, ETH, rose by 14.32%. Solana Sol rose by 4.97%, while Ripple XRP fell by -3.75%. This week, our sector spotlight is on the healthcare sector. This industry was the top performer in the S&P 500, with a gain of 4.6% for the week, driven by a broad-based rally. Now let's turn to some of the biggest corporate news that moved the markets this week. The biggest drag on the market was Walmart, which dropped 4% this week. Despite reporting solid revenue growth and raising its full-year guidance, the retail giant's profit for the quarter came in weaker than analysts had expected. The drop shows that even positive news can't always satisfy the market's high expectations. Next, we'll dive into the broader market-moving headlines that define the week. The biggest story that everyone is talking about is Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's speech at the Jackson Hole Economic Policy Summit. Powell's comments signaled that a shift in economic risks might warrant an interest rate cut at the September meeting. This news directly impacted markets, sending them soaring on Friday as investors priced in the increased likelihood of a more accommodating monetary policy. To wrap things up, let's look at the employment numbers and the key data on next week's economic calendar. The latest U.S. unemployment rate is 4.2%, and the UK's rate is 4.7%. These numbers are important because they are closely watched by central banks when considering interest rate changes. Looking ahead, here are the dates and reports to keep an eye on. On Tuesday, the UK's unemployment data is released. On Wednesday, the U.S.'s Producer Price Index, PPI, is released. And on Thursday, we get the U.S.'s initial jobless claims. These reports will be crucial for understanding where markets may head next week. And now for our weekly investing tip. Remember to always diversify your portfolio to help reduce risk. That's your comprehensive rundown for the week. I hope these insights help you in your investment journey. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Remember our slogan, powerful insights briefly told. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.